pretty much America is finished. Very soon, all hell is going to be let loose. All hell is going to break loose. So-called law and order is going to be broken down. You're going to have martial law. You're going to have troops in the streets. And people are just going to basically lose it. And a lot of these women that act proud in that day, a lot of those women, they're going to lose it. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to come running to the men that seem to have the answers, the men that have the truth. And who are those men? That's us, brothers. That's why you have to have patience. Now, for those of you brothers that just can't seem to get the attention of the women because you want to get a woman, you're in the truth, that's part of your hell, that's part of your cross. But if you are patient, very soon those tables are going to turn. Those same women that are rejecting you, they're going to run you down. And one of the reasons they're going to run you down, beside the fame that we're going to get, like I proved in the last lesson, is because they're going to be catching hell. Women do not like to catch hell. Women do not like to be uncomfortable. Check it out. When you go to a woman's place, if you get a number and she invites you to her place, you see how comfortable she lives. Her house is comfortable as shit, man. You know why? Because women love comfort. So when discomfort comes, they're going to lose it. And they're going to seek to regain that comfort. And if it means coming to you, bowing down and kissing your ass, they'll do it. That is the nature of a woman. And by the way, the word woman means servant. Now, right now, she's serving the so-called white man. The average so-called black woman is trying to be like the so-called white woman. That's why she presses the shit out of her hair, because she's trying to look like the so-called white woman. All right? So when the tables are turned, they're going to learn to serve you, us brothers. This is the book of Isaiah 4:1. It says, "And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach." You know what day that's talking about? In the day of Jacob's trouble, when all hell breaks loose, when law and order breaks down, when there's martial law in the streets, when there's tanks in the streets, when people are fighting other people just to get some food to eat, when diseases and pandemics and epidemics run rampant, that's when these women are going to come to their senses. They're going to say, look, I got to find me a real man to survive this shit. And that's us brothers that are in the truth. That's why you have to have patience. It's coming very soon. Let me go back and read this again. Isaiah 4:1. "In that day 7 women," 7 means completion, so it's going to be a lot more than 7 women. It's going to be a lot of women. "Shall take hold of one man." There's the ratio, 7 to 1. And like I said, 7 just means completion, saying, "We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach." For a woman to get your name, that means she has to be married to you. What is marriage? Sex. So that's sex, brothers. And it says to take away our reproach. What is their reproach? Let's look up this word reproach in the Hebrew. The word there is cha-ra-pa. Ha-ra-pa. And it says reproach, scorn, taunt, scorn upon the enemy. The so-called black woman has become our enemy, brothers. So she got to make it right between her and us. She has become our enemy. If that's not true, let us read this scripture. Micah 7:9, 9 to 10. "I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him." That is us brothers in the truth. We'll bear the indignation of the Lord. Part of the indignation of the Lord is the Lord took our glory, brothers. What's an example of our glory? Our woman. So the right mentality is to bear the indignation of the Lord. "I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause." The Lord is doing that for us right now. Part of us getting this truth is the Lord pleading our cause. He has exposed you to the truth. Now you know what's happening. "And execute judgment for me." The Lord is going to do that as well. Part of that judgment is bringing back our women to us. That's part of the judgment. Also, bringing the so-called white man underneath us and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light. What is the light? The truth. Has he not done that? Has he not bring us to the truth? Do we not know the truth? And I shall behold his righteousness. Again, that is the truth. Then she that is mine enemy. Who is that? The so-called black woman and the rest of the women of the tribes. They have become our enemy in the setup. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her. There's that reproach. Shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. So very soon the so-called black woman is going to be humbled greatly. And part of her being humbled is coming back underneath us. She's going to have to humble herself in order for her to serve the calamity that's coming, to be saved, from the calamity that's coming upon this earth. So here we go again. Let's go back to Isaiah 4:1. It says, we will eat our own bread. This is going to be the mentality of the woman, in this case the so-called black woman. We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So in order for her to make it through this, the time of Jacob's trouble, she's going to have to get with you brothers. These women, they're going to have to get with you to be saved. As a matter of fact, let's prove that even more. Isaiah 32:2, it says, and a man, what kind of man? A man that knows the truth, a man that's establishing the truth, a man that believes in this truth, a man that has shown patience in this truth. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest. What is the wind and the tempest? An example of that is martial law, when all hell breaks loose. A man shall be as an hiding place. A hiding place for who? For your woman. For her to hide from the storm that is coming, from the hell that is coming, from the martial law, from the tanks, from the mass death that's going to be happening. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place. He's going to have much knowledge, much understanding, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. The weary land, brothers, is America. Very soon America will be that weary land. By the way, the word America means bitter, and that's how America is going out, bitterly. Now it says, a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place. Let's look at this word covert. Now I went to the freedictionary.com and look what I found. I'm going to show you brothers something. Under the word covert, when you look at law, it says being married and therefore protected by one's husband. Now that's saying a lot. That speaks volumes. Protected by one's husband. How does a woman get a husband? By having sex with him. The word husband means planter. What does a man plant in a woman? His seed and his rod. So in order for a woman to have that covert from the storm, pursuant to Isaiah 32:2, she'd have to be married to him. You see, it says, and a man shall be as an hiding place for who? For the woman. From the wind and a covert from the tempest. You look up the word covert, go to freedictionary.com, you see it right here. Freedictionary.com. Go down to law, being married, and therefore protected by one's husband. So for a woman to be protected in those days, which we're soon approaching, she'd have to be married to you. And you see it says, as rivers of water in a dry place, as a shadow of a great rock in a weary land. That's how we're going to be, brothers. We're going to be like a great rock in the face of all this trouble. So again, brothers, you have to be patient. You may not be getting the women now, or you may have a hard time trying to even get one woman. Don't worry about it, brother or brothers. Very soon you will get enough that you can't even handle. You have to beat them off with 10 sticks. All right? You wait when anarchy comes to the streets, and when America is totally falling apart, when they do away with the cash system, when these women finally see that America is done, is finished. Then they're going to come back running to you, pursuant to Micah 7 and 10. She will see it. It says, then she that is mine enemy shall see it. What shall she see? She shall see the destruction of this place called America. And shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? So with that, this is GMS Mailbag, here to feed the elect through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Hang in there, brothers. Very soon we'll have everything, and I do mean everything. So we'll see you in the next mailbag. Shalom.